Hi, welcome to another video. What is it, the fourth video now? Yeah, okay, well, this one is another very different one. Sorry for the changes, I'm still experimenting a bit with what works. And I think I'm gonna keep it like with what I'm doing today. So, let me explain what I'm doing. I'm gonna do top 5 what I found most interesting in news this week. So, top 5 most interesting or unique or important pieces of news that happened this week. I hope you enjoy and you learn something. News with George. Number 5. At number 5, we have a very interesting piece of history news. In Nederweert in the Netherlands, they found a tank barrier from World War II. During demolition work on a bridge in Nederweert, an asparagus rack from the Second World War was found by accident. An asparagus rack consists of a concrete construction in the road surface with square holes in it. The positions were intended to prevent the German tanks or other army vehicles from moving on. When approaching a vehicle, a number of heavy steel beams, asparagus, were placed upright in those holes. Just before the war, the Dutch army built a series of these positions to stop an invasion. The so-called Peel-Raamstelling ran from Grave straight through the Peel and along the Zuid-Willemsvaart to the Belgian border at Weert. Several tank barriers still exist. They're all over the Netherlands, I believe. Some have the status of national monument, but it is very rare that they actually it almost never happens that they just find one. Number 4. Not everyone will be super excited, but at number 4 we have the EU giving the okay for mealworm curry and pasta. Not everyone will be eager, but mealworms are approved as food for EU countries. They are the first insects to receive the green light from the European Food Safety Agency, EFSA. Despite their name, mealworms are in fact mealworm larvae. They are already used as an ingredient in pet food in Europe. In parts of Asia, Africa, and Australia, yellow insects have long been on the menu for human consumption. As soon as the European Commission adopts the EFSA advice, they can also be put on the map in the EU. The protein and fiber-rich mealworms are likely the first in line of edible insects to arrive in the coming years, the agency says. Since 2018, it has been possible to have these types of new forms of food approved. Since then, 156 applications have been received for all kinds of insects up to and including food made by algae. According to sociologists, it can take a while for insects to catch on as food here. Because of our social and cultural experiences, the thought of eating insects provokes a yuck response, Italian sociologist and food scientist Giovanni Sogari told Reuters news agency. Over time and through exposure, such attitudes can change. I actually had some insects when I went on holiday to Thailand once, and they actually didn't even taste that bad. And I'm actually very excited for this news, so I hope you guys are too. Time to eat some insect. Number 3. At number 3, we have some very interesting weather news. If you live in the Netherlands and you didn't notice number 3, well, I feel kind of sad. Yes, he's so sad that I'm crying, but I feel kind of sad for you because it disappeared pretty quick. I'm filming this right now on Sunday morning, and it's already mostly melted. Starting on Saturday afternoon, it was snowing in the Netherlands, very late in the year, but it's still snow. At first, it started with a noticeably light amount of snow, but the more the afternoon progressed, the heavier the snow became. Last week, there was only a bit of snow in the north of the Netherlands, in Groningen and in Limburg, but on Saturday, it was everywhere in the Netherlands. In the end, it wasn't even that much, but it is still nice to be able to see some snow, considering the last time the Netherlands we had snow was already a couple years ago. I don't even remember when we had snow for the last time, and so this snow was long overdue. And it's actually better to have a little bit of snow than like a huge amount. Like in Madrid, they have a huge amount, and they need the army to like come help, and it's a bit too much snow. It's a bit risky.
Number 2.
At number 2, we have some very interesting news for those living in America. On Friday, the National Rifle Association (NRA) filed for bankruptcy, a sudden development that could help the gun rights group escape a lawsuit by New York's Attorney General seeking its dissolution. In Dallas, they filed for a Chapter 11 protection in a federal bankruptcy court and said it had plans to reincorporate in Texas to escape a corrupt political and regulatory environment. In New York, where it is currently incorporated, Texas values the contributions of the NRA, celebrates our law-abiding members, and joins us as a partner in upholding constitutional freedom. Chief Executive Wayne LaPierre said in a letter to members, "We seek protection from New York officials who illegally abused and weaponized the powers they wield against the NRA and its members." The NRA was sued in August by New York Attorney General Letitia James, who accused LaPierre and other senior leaders of self-dealing and mismanagement, and said the group's activities violated state laws governing non-profits. James said NRA officials diverted millions of dollars to fund luxury lifestyles, including vacations and private jets, and to buy the silence and loyalty of former employees, costing the group $64 million over 3 years. The NRA's claimed financial status has finally met its moral status. Bankrupt, James said in a statement on Friday. "We will not allow the NRA to use this or any other tactic to evade accountability and my office's oversight." The group said it would continue to defend its members' constitutional rights under the Second Amendment, which guarantees the right to keep and bear arms.
Finally, number 1.
Finally, at number 1, we have some very important news to those living in the Netherlands. After a run-up of weeks, Prime Minister Mark Rutte and his ministers decided on a Friday to pull the plug from his cabinet. The reason was the hard report on the toeslag affair, which I already mentioned a couple of videos ago. A cabinet can't fall if a ruling party threatens to withdraw its support for the coalition. This means that Parliament does not have enough confidence in the cabinet to continue to govern. But sometimes a cabinet feels the mood itself, or it feels the need to take responsibility for alleged mismanagement. That was now the case. Prime Minister Mark Rutte and the ministers have concluded that their role in the toeslag affair, in which tens of thousands of parents were wrongly labeled as fraudsters, is too great to continue as a credible cabinet. Although all members of the government have resigned, the cabinet continues to function as usual. A little bit different, but still as usual. Decisions must be taken on certain urgent matters, such as the approach to the corona crisis. It is an unwritten rule that a caretaker cabinet, so like a sort of fallen cabinet, does not take decisions that the House of Representatives do not support. There is nothing or no one to prevent governmental members who have fallen from returning as party leaders, or from taking part in the next cabinet again after the elections. It is a different discussion whether certain ministers, such as Rutte, have been harmed by their role in the toeslag affair. But ultimately, it is a party who decides who will be the party leader, and the voter whether the taint of the affair will influence the election results. So guys, stay tuned. Soon we'll have Rutte 4. Yeah, well, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed and you learned something. Please leave some feedback down below in the comments and in the little feedback form that's in the description. please give me feedback. That would help me, then I can improve even more and make better videos for you. So see you next time. Don't forget to subscribe, like, comment, and share with all your friends.